Many people have those moments of time where they are trying to follow their parents' perspectives. To give you a quick humble example is that my mother taught me that it would be completely rude to take a better offer for a time period. I can remember that I had spent an entire day trying to get my little friend across the way named David to be able to come out and play, but I could never get him to do it, but I was bored out of my mind, and he was sort of sick at the time. And then the next door neighbor, whose name was Robert, who was an obnoxious child and a little bit younger, but had money in his pocket because his parents were one of those marvelous geeks who knew what to do all over the streets, asked me to go off to some kiddie land, which I can't even remember the name of, that was off near Chicago. And when he asked me, my mother said, you should absolutely go and get to better to know this new neighbor. And I said, okay, and I'd go. And then a little bit after that, my best buddy David called me and said, can you come and play? And that I wanted to say yes, but my mother said no. Her point was, you've already been asked, you've allotted this time, and that's more important. Now, that's when you're a child. You're learning how to be loving, you're learning how to be kind, and you're learning how not to provide yourself a perspective that that's not immoral behavior, because God has a plan for everything. I had a good time when I went. I really did. And I remember bits and pieces of it, of having a good time with that kid. But I missed my buddy, and I wished he was with us. And he wasn't mad at me because he knew I couldn't call and play. But in the real world of business, we have to look at, is the time value going to produce for me? And sometimes we accept appointments, and then we do get another opportunity that we've been vying for a long time, and then we have to make a shift. But how do you politely get out of the one you can't do or don't want to do, or something has happened in the relationship that makes you go, ooh, I don't think I can do this? Well, the first thing is you don't want to do a no-show, because that is bad on your reputation and what we call our face in Japanese, which is essentially your personal press and whether or not you're easy to work with ease. But what you do want to do is simply say, I apologize, but I've had something come up that I must take care of, and I cannot say no to because of its nature. Could we possibly reschedule in a few weeks? And with that, you have a graceful out. But you don't get on the schedule again because you don't know what's going to be the outcome of the new project. And that's how I'd handle things. And then in a few weeks' time, if things have settled down, you can go back to having that potential appointment again. Or at the same time, things might be the same within that relationship, and then you don't have to do anything, but you've gotten out of your situation.